All right, let's move on. 4:25 p.m. Eastern. The Los Angeles Rams 3-4, 1-1 on the road at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 3-5, 1-3 at home at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. 83 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 11 miles per hour here. How bad are these two football teams? This is crazy. The Bucs open -3 at +101. They're now -3 at +109. So we've had to move towards the Rams at this number. From a total perspective, opened up at 42.5, and it bounced up to it got down to 41.5 this morning at 11:14 a.m. It's now at 43, so there's been buyback on the total here. And Papa Kyle says Seattle seems like a very public dog, and we all know how they handle things. There's Tasha. Welcome, Tasha. Great to see you. Dennis Garcia says, I want to so badly bet Tampa Bay, but what on earth have they done to lay 3 to anyone? Mac Beaver talking about the Barrett out for the season. I mean, that hurts them so bad. We'll talk about that. Let's see where the cash is in this one. 5,384 tickets in. You have 51% of the tickets, 76% of cash on the Buccaneers. 69% of tickets, 96% cash on the under. I was like so confident in the Bucs last week on the Thursday against the Ravens. Like I was driving down to a poker game with a friend, and he had the game on his phone, and I was like so confident in my action. And of course, they completely fell apart. But let's start with the Rams. They're coming off an ugly 31-14 home loss to the Niners. They've now lost 8 straight regular season games to the Niners. With the game on the line, Rams had 58 yards of offense in the second half. Matt Stafford, 22 of 33, 187 yards and a touchdown. Cooper Kupp caught 8 passes for 79 yards and a touchdown. And then he hurt his right ankle with 1 minute and 2 seconds to play. Sean McVay said today that avoided structural damage to his right ankle, and he will play on Sunday against Buccaneers, and he's good to go. Allen Robinson caught 5 passes for 54 yards. The Rams could get nothing out of their run game. 21 carries for 56 yards. This offense is now 31st in the NFL in yards per play. I mean, isn't that just shocking? 4.8 yards per play.
Stunning.
It's unbelievable. They're 28th in quarterback sack percentage. So Stafford has been sacked on 8.45% of his dropbacks. It's unbelievable. Defense did not look good. 3 sacks, 4 quarterback hits. Bucs coming off extra rest and prep after losing their third straight game, 27-22 at home to Baltimore. I have a vividness bias, and I think a lot of us do, that this is a good football team. For whatever reason, I don't have that same bias with the Rams, and I should, but I have I have a thicker bias that the Buccaneers are a really good football team. They've now lost 5 of 6. Brady was 26 of 44 for 325 yards and a touchdown. Evans caught 6 passes for 123. Godwin 6 for 75. They got nothing out of their running game. 15 carries, 44 yards. Couldn't get stops when the game was on the line. When they started out the year, we talked about how good this defense was. They have not had a takeaway for 4 straight games. And they're dealing with heavy injuries. So there were 3 starters in the secondary that were out. Antoine Winfield with the concussion. I expect him to be back, but it's hard to have any expectations when you deal with head injuries. Carlton Davis, another cornerback, and Antoine Winfield safety, and then Sean Murphy Bunting quad. Akeem Hicks inactive with the foot. Cameron Brayton, Russell Gage inactive, and then Shaquille Barrett torn Achilles, gone for the season. Take it away here, Andy. Can you shed some light on 2 teams that we thought were really good football teams when the season started?
Yeah, and this was something that we hit on. Drew and I were really kind of down on the Rams preseason 2 years ago. Said this team is fragile, meaning just kind of lack of depth. The stars and scrubs said they have a lot of really good players, but they lack the depth because of how they've constructed this roster. A couple injuries, it's like, it's a house of cards. A couple injuries away from being, a shitty team, a bad team, a team that can't make anything happen. And it didn't happen. They went, they went and did what they did. It was surprising, I guess, but it was kind of the other end of the spectrum. If they don't get hurt and they add a couple pieces, it's a very, very good team. So kind of finally starting to see that. The Rams have had some injury attrition on the offensive line, and it's kind of Kupp and nobody right now. They're not getting anything out of the run game. That said, the Tampa Bay defense is taking some steps back, and now they have another bad injury in Shaq Barrett. So get right spot for a bad Rams offense here. Maybe I see some steam towards taking the 3 points here. That's the only way I could go. Is if I get a reasonable 3 on the Rams, I would bet it. But I've watched so many Rams games where their offense just looks so horrid, and not only that, but the play calling, the play sequencing, like just using runs on early downs with running backs that don't do anything on any downs. It's just sickening enough for me to not want to take this dog. So, yeah, I'm neither team. I'm cheering for the Comet here.
Wow. So 2.5, ton of 2.5s on the board. There's still a 3 at -115 at Bet365 available right now.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you look at this one and have a hard lean right off the bat?
No, I know what's happening here.
Do you know what this total was when they played last year?
Oh my goodness, what was it?
Like 55.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was 42 and a half. What a fall from grace for this offense is. Just this is not even a game I want to watch. These teams are going to miss the playoffs. Like, the only benefit that these teams have right now is that one of them probably wins the game. I say probably because a tie is not out of the realm of possibilities. But like, one team's going to improve their playoff chances here, hopefully.
I just know that I have this thing going on with the Buccaneers, and I was so confident in them against the Ravens, and they looked so bad in the second half.
Yeah.
So I don't have a.
Yeah, I was high on the Bucs. I have Bucs futures. I have Bucs to win the goddamn Super Bowl. It ain't happening, guys. So even if they start to get healthy, we've had some injuries that are season long. I don't think they have the juice to do it. So I'm in my head. I'm in my head a little on the Tampa Bay Bucs. I'm kind of just avoiding these games. Plus, I just want to bet the Rams at this price.
And look at Birdie's all over it. He says he's all over the Rams. He's Rams +3 Rams, money line Rams, first half money line. He said, I said a few weeks ago that Tampa Bay are 2 defensive injuries from being absolutely toast. Barrett is a huge loss for them. Wow. There's Sharon in the house. Great to see you, Sharon. It's just it's fascinating what's happened to these two football teams. But in saying all that, if the Buccaneers win their division, which is likely, they'll be a tricky team to go in. It'll be a tricky playoff game.
Yeah, this is a team that still more than likely can host a playoff game. Just wild.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, no action for us in Rams Buccaneers.